What is going on, guys? This is Raycarpio. Swinging it back with another POP number 63. Today we have David Liu on the video.
What's up?
Yeah, that is David Liu, the man. Tell him about yourself first, man. Just give him a little,
Well, I don't know where to start, but I'm a mechanical engineering student at UNF, 21. I have like a bunch of experience from bartending, like food and beverage industry, to finance, to engineering. So I've done a lot for a 20-year-old, well, 21-year-old.
Nice. Okay. So before we get to the topic of the day, if you love a content creator that brings out the best in you, consider subscribing. Okay, so let's get to the topic of the day.
Rush on over. Alright.
So today's topic is going to be about bad habits. So David, man, question for you. What are your bad habits? Or some?
Well, I mean, I have several bad habits, and I've like conquered a few of them in the past, but the big one still is procrastination. I think that's like a pretty big one,
Yeah.
that everybody has problems with.
Same here.
No matter like what field you're in or what you're doing, like everybody procrastinates, and there's a like fine line between like taking some time to relax, because that's still an important thing to do. No matter what, how hard you're chasing after your dreams or your goals, you still gotta spend time with family and loved ones, and just get some time to have some inner peace.
Gotcha. Like work-life balance type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about balance, and but there's a fine line between that and just procrastinating, because one of the biggest things that everybody's guilty of is just going on their phones and just scrolling mindlessly through Facebook or Instagram, or Snapchat or whatever everybody's doing nowadays. But I mean, there are ways to beat it. You just have to admit that you have a problem. The first step is like admitting that you have a problem.
Okay.
And then you gotta find ways to like just jumpstart it. Like you gotta nip it right in the bud.
Okay.
You just gotta basically, like, what I do is when I'm noticing that I'm on my phone, I'm just like, all right, I'm on my phone. Well, what do I need to get done? Like, can I get it done now? Like, I know I have like a bunch of time, but the fact that we have so much time makes us procrastinate even more, because we're like, oh, well, it'll take 5 minutes, and we actually get to a thing and it takes twice as long, and then we're rushing, and it's not good for productivity or chasing after your dreams. So always think that you're on a time crunch.
Gotcha.
Because then that will make you work hard to like accomplish the thing as soon as possible, and then like anytime you have left over, hey, like you're not time crunched or anything. You can take that time to actually enjoy yourself.
Right. Okay. Now, what do you think like causes bad habits? Well, what's your personal take? Because everybody will have their their opinions and stuff like that. Yeah. What is your?
Okay. Well, bad habits usually develop like, well, there's two ways I look at it. There's like the psychological way, which is like what our subconscious does for us to cope, and that's why we develop bad habits. That's why people smoke, that's why people bite their nails, stuff like that. It's because our body doesn't really know how to like cope with a certain situation, like anxiety or anything like that, and so it tries to find a way like externally to cope. So people, when they get nervous, they bite on their nails,
right.
Or when they get anxious, they need to go smoke a cigarette, because their body subconsciously associates this with comfort.
Gotcha.
So bad habits develop through that way. But the other way of looking at it is like bad habits like form when we're bored too. So that goes back to like the social media. Like social media is like one of the biggest bad habits nowadays.
Wow.
Just because we get bored. People binge eat. When they're bored, like they just sit and don't watch Netflix. I'm not saying like watching Netflix because The Office is great, but so people just sit there and they just feel lazy, and a lot of it is like lack of energy too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one is, do you think that we actually eliminate bad habits, or we just gotta replace them with good habits? What do you think?
I definitely think there's an exchange there. I believe that there's always, like, no matter what happened, there's always an equivalence of exchange. Hashtag Full Metal Alchemist, if anybody watches that. But yeah, so there's always an equivalence of exchange. So you get rid of a bad habit in return for another habit, whether it be good or bad. You know, we usually aim for a good habit in return. Like, you know, if somebody stops biting their nails, well, their body has to find another way to cope. So, you know, some people chew gum, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it can evolve into a bad habit. Yeah. Or they'll, you know, just find new ways to like get rid of the stress. They'll meditate, which is actually a really good way to cope. And a lot of successful people use meditation, you know, just to get that inner peace and get rid of a lot of stress. So.
Gotcha. How do you personally break bad habits? Or give us a time where something you've, like, I guess procrastination. How would you break that?
Well, aside from like procrastination, like one of the bad habits I have is like in the gym. Like after a while, I stop focusing on form and I just kind of like get the best like pump and get the best workout I can. And sometimes I'll have to just go back to the basics. Like, you know, I'll have to lower the weight and everything, but I just have to go back and I actively think about it. Like throughout my workout, am I doing the right form? You know, is this like the best way to do this? You know, even if I have to lower weight, and it's like you have to humble yourself sometimes, because the biggest thing about bad habits is people don't humble themselves. They think, oh no, it's fine, I'll be fine, I can stop at any time. And the biggest thing is it's a pride thing, you know, almost. It's a psychological like wall more than it is a physical thing you have to stop. So when you humble yourself, like in the gym, like I'll, you know, work on form more, I have to lower the weight, but I'll actively think about it. I'll be thinking about it throughout the whole workout and just focusing in on that. And that's how like I'll stop my bad habits like that. So, and I do that with all my bad habits. I'll make sure that if I want to stop it, I'll take like very like time aside from my day and just focus on working on that bad habit.
Gotcha. And then it's basically going back to the basics. It's basically trying to... Basically. Okay, gotcha. Now, last question before we wrap this up. Do you think that having someone to break that bad habit, having partnership, would actually help?
For sure. You know, the biggest thing about success is like having other people work with you towards that success. And no matter what you're doing, whether you're trying to build a company or you're trying to get more ripped in the gym or you just have a healthier diet, you know, having an accountability buddy really helps, because you'll let yourself down every day easily, because, you know, you'll be like, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. But when you have somebody else on the line, it's a lot different, because you're not in control of that. Gotcha. And so you want to make sure like that you don't let them down, you know, because that's a lot more you take a lot other factors into play.
Gotcha.
So definitely accountability buddies help.
That's actually a pretty good topic to talk about. But we'll put that on a different episode. If you want to watch the next episode, we might be talking about accountability. That is a great topic to talk about.
Check it out.
So, okay. Well, that's some nuggets right there, man. I like that. Because I myself have some very bad habits as well. Sometimes I, stick to a very healthy habit, and then I kind of end up getting back into a very bad habit, you know. But that is just nature, human. That's
true that, but the best part is you keep at it and you're going to beat it.
That's it, man. Keep at it. You guys heard it. Well, there you guys have it. For all the listeners out there, I just want to say thank you. I love you. You're awesome. Go make somebody smile. Compliment someone. And most importantly, go after your dreams. This is Ray signing out. Peace.